If I wasn't serving refugees, I don't think I could sleep at night knowing the great need that they have. I was born and raised in Birmingham. My parents were part of the white flight, so that was kind of a big deal in our house that we were the last family left in our neighborhood that was white because we were trying to hang on. I just kind of grew up with this care for justice, care for advocacy. The world is broken and people are hurting, and if there's not somebody there to intervene and stand in the gap and share the hope when people feel hopeless, that you wind up like me. My dad had had an affair. He got diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. My parents had gotten divorced. I had wound up in an abusive marriage. Over that season, I was just in a dark place, didn't really have good coping mechanisms, and wound up on drugs. I not only did drugs, but I sold drugs.
In a matter of months, she was moving a lot of drugs. Officers were pursuing her hard from 3 counties. She was a big deal to catch.
Finally, the Lord in His great sovereignty had me arrested. Went back to my cell and I broke down and I wept and I said, Lord, you want better for me than this. I don't know what I'm doing here or how I got here.
I told her, I want to give you a second chance. I'm struggling with it because we finally got you. And if I let you walk, I'll get a lot of pushback. But I just can't shake that I need to let you go. I then turned to the officers in the room and asked if they would support this.
I'm sitting here thinking, I know they're going to say no. Why would they say yes to that?
And they turned to me and said, yes.
For the amount of resources and time they spent chasing me and trying to arrest me, and then for them to turn around and just let me go, it's just mind-blowing. Here I am 20 years later, and there are still nights that I dream about using drugs. And I will wake up in a cold sweat, and in my mind, I can't separate, that it was a dream, and I have this panic that I've slipped up and I've used, and I have to remind myself, like, you're fine, it was just a dream. I realized that drug addiction reaches every family. There's not anybody that it doesn't touch in some way. But the inner city is where it's most rampant. And that's really where I got that idea for caring for the refugees, is knowing that these single moms needed long-term development, and they were born and raised in Birmingham. How much more so does an immigrant, a refugee, need that long-term development? My season at Brick Hills was a really sweet season for me. To be honest, it was super comfortable. It was what I've always done, and I loved it. And I worked with friends all across the city in different ministries that I had partnered with for years. It was really, really hard to leave. Took a big leap of faith to leave this comfortable, safe job that I excelled at to step into this new thing that was scary and that I actually knew very little about, and I had to start from scratch. So this is our space. This is going to be one of our classrooms and event space. We still have a water leak that we are waiting on. This will be a second classroom, kind of set up more in like college style rows. We'll have things stocked like laundry detergent and dish soap and toothpaste and toothbrush, and we'll have some clothing. Once refugees have been vetted by the U.S. government, assigned to World Relief, they assign them to us and we help them resettle in Birmingham. We are their family when they show up with nobody. We make a copy of each of their social security cards. If they just let us know, we will help them apply for a new card. It won't be a new number, but it'll just be a new card and it'll just come in the mail. But they have to be careful because they only are allowed, I think, 8 cards in a lifetime. So they have to be careful not to lose them.
En caso de que usted pierda su tarjeta de seguro social, usted se lo debe comunicar a su manejador.
Before starting, we need to conduct a background check.
Antes de comenzar, necesitamos hacer.
So instead of CIF, it should be CEF.
Entonces,
Do we think that's the real email?
¿creemos que es algo real o no?
No.
Vasquez, Dad has all of his. Mom has all of hers.
Se vaya y que consigamos la suya, nos daremos la muestra.
Okay. Adrian, yours is here, but Catherine's is not. So when Catherine's arrives, you will receive your cards as well.
Está aquí que el de Catherine no está, así que cuando llegue el de Catherine recibirás tus tarjetas también.
We've got him scheduled for an appointment tomorrow at 1:20, and I'll bring them up at 12:40.
Okay, so yes.
Cultural orientation class that we do, they need to understand what life is like in America. It's obviously not the same as it is in Sudan or Afghanistan. Like, you have to kind of culturally orientate to being here. But the bigger thing is just finding a friend that will walk with you, will invite you to birthday parties, will take you to dinner, will just care about you and care about who you are as a person. I can only imagine how it would feel if I was being hunted down and I had to leave everything I knew. I would hope that one of my neighbors would see me, would acknowledge that I'm in a place where I don't know anything, that I'm vulnerable, and that they would come alongside me and help me. People deserve it. People deserve basic human rights and love and care. The first 30 days, they're super optimistic that the day 30 to 60 is really their hardest, because they're like, oh my goodness, I have to start paying my bills in 30 days. And it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I worked yesterday 10 hours, and then I've got 12-hour today, 12-hour tomorrow. I'm going to be close to 60 hours, even taking Friday off. I get that they're not making enough. I would really hone in on, this isn't going to pay your bills if all you're bringing home is $25 a day, but it's something you can put on your job application. Don't quit, right? You're currently working there, and keep putting in applications.
Okay, so it looks like today I'm going to do a 60-day visit with the family. I'm going to use Tarjimly, as translating. On Thursday, though, I am going to need a translator at 4 and 5 p.m. For 2 different families I'm meeting with, if you can help me find that.
Okay, so we need a translator for this. These you're going to try to do, but if it gets too late, punt to me and I can.
And ESL starts at 6:30, correct?
Yes. We're close to closing our first cases and then rolling them. They're not really closed. They're just rolling into the long-term part, but it's exciting. Like, we get to say, hey, we've done it. I think that's it. Go team. Okay, these are your official documents from the U.S. government. This fancier piece of paper is your official approval for immigration.
Este elegante trozo de papel es su aprobación oficial para la
And your official U.S. government photo ID.
Esta es su autorización de trabajo y su identificación oficial con fotografía del gobierno de Estados Unidos.
Wendy, congratulations! Yes, you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Her birthday is tomorrow.
Feliz cumpleaños. Yay.